Hi everyone, I'm Stacey Holland and welcome to Real Health. Well, sit back and relax because we have lots of interesting health insights for you today. First up, it's been recognized as South Africa's miracle herb. The Khoisan introduced Buchu to the European settlers in the early 1700s. They subsequently introduced Buchu into Europe in the latter part of the 1700s. It became known as noble's tea, as only the exceptionally wealthy could afford to purchase its leaves. Well, joining me now to shed some light on this miracle herb is Professor of Immunology at Stellenbosch University with over 15 years worth of research into the medicinal and health properties of Buchu, Professor Patrick Bouic. Prof, you're the first one to bring me flowers on set.
Well, I hope they suit you, Stacey.
It smells beautiful.
You are the image of health, and then we bring the healthy herb.
Well, thank you so much. I've been a fan of Buchu for such a long time.
It's an amazing plant.
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first thing that catches you is this
The
amazing fragrance.
Right,
it's so refreshing.
Exactly. So let's talk about that.
Yes.
Literally, as you mentioned, the Khoisan, when Jan van Riebeck arrived, they were drying the leaves and selling it, for ailments such as kidney infections, bladder infections, skin ailments.
Yeah.
And obviously, with time, the people were exporting the leaves to the UK and the US. And in fact, it's so said that when the Titanic went down, she went down with a couple of bales of Buchu on its way across the Atlantic. But literally, for many, many years, Buchu was predominantly known for its fragrance. Hence, for many years, it was going into the perfume industry. Because you can actually smell it. As we sit here, you can smell these volatiles. And it's literally only in the last 15 years that we've been looking into the medicinal properties. There have been all these testimonials, the Khoisan have used it, etc., etc. And it's only in the last 15 years that we're really researching what is it about this plant, specifically grown only in the Western Cape, nowhere else, only in South Africa. What makes it so special?
And what have you found?
Well, firstly, it is the most incredibly potent anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we all know about inflammation. It's not if you've been exercising that you wake up with sore, muscles.
Yes, the chronic inflammation.
I'm talking about the chronic inflammation, the rheumatoid arthritis, the arthritic pains.
Gut issues.
And what really is important for people to know is that chronic ongoing inflammation eventually feeds cancer.
Yes.
So you should never be inflamed.
Yeah.
Acute inflammation is good, it's reparative, but chronic is bad. So that's what we were able to show, that the oil distilled from the leaves, because you'll notice that the leaves are quite fleshy.
Yes, yes.
So if you play around with it, you'll feel it quite greasy on your fingers. So the oil is distilled from the leaves, and obviously the oil was tested in the test tube compared to other very well-known molecules such as quercetin, etc. And bingo, it outperforms all those other known compounds, which, as far as anti-inflammation is concerned. From there, it was also, because it was used as a herb that could be used to cure, let's say, bladder infections, etc. Obviously, the ultimate question is, can it kill bacteria?
Yeah.
Does it have antibacterial activity? And bingo, if you take the leaves and you boil it, the water extract actually has very potent antimicrobial properties.
Oh, wow.
It wipes out bacteria, and it also kills fungi. Now, that is why it is so effective for treating bladder, because a bladder infection, a cystitis, there's inflammation, it burns. At the same time, you need something which can address the inflammation, but as well as the bacteria. And Buchu does both. That is the beauty of it.
So how did you end up devoting, a huge 15 years?
15 years of research. It was literally the place in Cape Town, well, in Paarl, in fact, that were distilling the oils. They had seen a program on TV where I was speaking about health products, etc. And they came to me with all these testimonials. So
and
they
what
had
type
never
of testimonials were you seeing?
People that were using it for UTIs. The most potent and most dramatic to me were people who were pre-diabetic and blood pressure. They said they started using the Buchu tea, and all of a sudden the blood pressure normalized. And that's the most recent data we've just added to this fantastic product, and that is a pre-diabetic individual, if he uses the Buchu, he normalizes his glycemia. So that is maybe in a way, it's a sign that your pancreas can be kick-started again to produce insulin so that the people don't have to inject themselves with insulin. Not only that, so a diabetic or pre-diabetic, blood pressure, there's no doubt, it normalizes blood pressure extremely fast.
And this is just from consuming the tea?
The tea or the capsules or the oils. Yes.
Wow.
At the moment, obviously, the oil contains millions of molecules. We don't quite know what molecule can be attributed to, let's say, the blood pressure problems or, addressing the blood pressure, or what molecules are responsible for the antimicrobial, but it's in the buchu.
Yeah, so it's those phytochemicals.
It's those phytochemicals that altogether gives this plant the most amazing medicinal property. There is also a formulation which is a gel.
Okay.
So people can apply it to the skin, okay? And people have been using it for eczema. Now think about eczema. A child with eczema, the first thing he or she will do is scratch.
Yes.
And that's where all the infections come into the skin. Because of the buchu, it keeps the wound clean.
And I'm assuming because eczema has its sort of roots in inflammation.
It's an inflammatory process.
Yes, yeah.
Different types of cells called mast cells which degranulate, but because it has this potent anti-inflammatory, it stabilizes those cells so that they don't degranulate. So the eczema is in fact stopped on its track.
Okay, so I've tried a few of the products. I absolutely love the teas because I'm a huge tea fan. There's Buchu tea with green rooibos and then with cinnamon, and there's one with ginger, which is amazing as well. This cream is quite great for...
It's a moisturizer cream, okay? The company has obviously formulated it. When the people apply it to their skin, they say it almost feels like a natural Botox.
Yes.
You know, because it does
tighten a little bit.
And because of the anti-inflammatory, remember that skin aging is an inflammatory process.
So I used it after I was sunburnt.
Fantastic.
And it was the best thing I've used in a long
sunburn
while.
within 20 minutes.
That's true. But Prof, okay, so Cape Kingdom is the brand that we're looking at now because I've seen a lot of Buchu brands popping on, onto the market. Why is Cape Kingdom the superior?
Because they know how to distill the oil.
Okay.
Because when you distill oils, if you heat it up too much, you burn it, and you lose the medicinal properties.
Okay.
Because oil, the moment you burn it, it becomes wood. It
changes the structure. Yes.
So it's a trick that obviously Cape Kingdom has mastered over the years. They are the leaders, and number one as far as I know in South Africa for the oil production, but they know how to distill the oil.
They've been around for years because, like I said, I probably consumed the water for the first time around 5 years ago.
Just a warning, that is addictive.
It is.
It's amazing.
It is a warning, actually.
It is, and it's a natural...
I'm going to be calling you to restock my fridge every week. Okay, the teas. Tell us about the teas.
Diuretic.
Yes.
Fantastic detox. Okay, so it's the dried leaves, the way the Khoisan used to use it, and they've mixed it either with a green rooibos.
Did they just dry it out in the sun?
It's dried out in the sun. Dried out in the sun.
I've seen this at quite a few health stores. Where else can people...
As far as I know, Tracy, it's available through Dis-Chems, Clicks as well, or they can go onto the website and actually just, inquire.
Yep. This is a nice one to keep in your medicine cabinet, the first aid hour.
Every family should have this in their handbag.
Yeah.
For kids with insect, bee stings, sunburn, it's amazing.
I actually travel with this in my handbag now.
Even people who've developed some sort of mouth ulcers, you just take a bit of the John and just rub it onto the gum and it's gone.
Okay, so you can ingest it.
It's
fantastic.
Totally non-toxic.
I love your excitement for it as well.
I love this product. I love health.